Okay, so in this video, let me learn how can we create a new program. Now, make sure that I have created like module 2 program 1. This is my file name. Let me try to rename it, and instead let me make it program 1 demo, right? Because right now when we are going to create multiple programs, it might be confusing. Program 1 demo. So this is like file program 1 demo. I have just to rename it and press enter. So I have renamed my file. Now next is, let me add, this is our file, right? We are working here, and I just right click on my folder and clicked add file. Okay, now let me create a program 2 where we want to perform arithmetic operations. I'll write arithmetic operation complete. I'm not going to write arith op dot cpp. Okay, so cpp stands for C++. We want to create our C++ file. So this is a program 2 arithmetic operation. Now let me write in comment first of all, this program demonstrate arithmetic operations in C++. Replit is providing automatically, just press tab. So this program demonstrate arithmetic operations in C++. Now let me continue with our basic structure of C++ program. So we'll write include IO stream, right? Now next is writing using namespace std, okay, int main. Now in here we'll write return 0. Okay, so this is how we have created a program, right? It is my program structure. Okay, now we want to perform arithmetic operations, means addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. So let me declare first of all variables. So I'm creating a data type. This is called a data type. Data type means what type of data our variable will store. That is called data type. And next is, there are fixed data type in C++. Currently we will learn about int, double, character. Okay, in this program we will talk about int data type. So we have written int. Int stands for integer. Whole numbers we want to store, then we will write int. Here we are creating a variable called, for example, let me create number 1 and number 2, and I want to perform different operation like sum, sub, multiplication, division. Okay, that's all. Okay, now we have written the statement like enter two numbers, because we want to read the value of number 1 and number 2, because these are variables. We want to read the value from user. So to read a value from user, we will use cin, that is console input. So look at here, cout stands for console output. This will be printed on our output console, right? So we have written enter two numbers. Now we want to read the numbers. So we have written cin number 1. At the same time, we want to read the value of number 2 also. So we have written cin number 1 and number 2. So these operators are fixed. right? And we should use the same operator. This is called extraction operator, and this is called, with C out, the operator which we are using, this is called insertion operator, which we are using with C out. Okay, and with C in, which we are using, that is called extraction operator, that we are using with a C in. Okay, this is called extraction operator. Now the statement here, we are reading two variables value. If we want to write in two lines, we can write like this: C in number 1 and C in number 2. So you can use either this option or this option, whatever you like. Okay, and make sure I have used comments. These are called single line comments, right? That we have already learned. Now we have value of number 1 and number 2. Let me find sum. So sum equals to number 1 plus number 2. Now we want to find subtraction too. So number 1 minus number 2, multiplication. Make sure for multiplication we are using asterisk sign. And then division. So this is like we have find sum, sub, multiplication and division. Now let me print the value. So C out. Okay, now here is end L. And L stands for end of line. So your output, next output will be in a new line. Okay, so you can either use slash n within inverted quote, or you can use end L. So instead of end L, I can use slash n2. That is also called a new line character. Okay, so I can use like this. Okay, now division. So here, make sure double inverted quote should be over. So we have performed sum, subtraction, multiplication and division operation. Either you can use and L or you can use slash L. So pretty good. Arithmetic operations. Let me run our code. Okay, there is an error. And the error is like in function main, home, run, workspace, this, and so on. Why this error is? Because here we are using a Replit project structure, and I have this program which is already having main function. Now make sure in your program you can have a single main function in a project, right? So I have to comment it. So I am commenting my first program here. Okay, so I have commented my first program, and let me continue with our second code. It is as it is. What was the problem? Because this program is having a main function and program 1 is also having a main function. Now a compiler can work in a single project with only single main function. So what's the solution? So there are multiple solutions, but right now the simplest solution is I have kept this code in comment. Okay, and now my program 2 is there. Let me run it. And here is the output. Like it is saying me enter two numbers. So for example, I am entering 20, and the another number I want to enter is, let's say, 8. Okay, or let me enter 10. Easy. Okay, so I have entered two numbers, 20 and 10, and I'm able to find sum, subtraction, multiplication and division. Easy? Okay. So this is how we can perform arithmetic operations, can declare variable, can input the value of variable and can print the value of variable. Now make sure this SUM is a capital letters. These are not variables. These are strings that we just want to print. But this is some variable and make sure the name should be same. Here is some and some, right? So this is my variable which I am using here, okay, and this is just for printing purpose. So in quotation mark, in double inverted quote, you can write whatever you want to write, but make sure the name of variable should same always. By mistake, if I making this as capital and try to run this code, it will generate an error that what is SUM, compiler don't know. Because if it is a variable, it should be declared, it should have some value and so on. Okay, so make sure your variable name, whatever you are declaring, should same always. So this is how we can run our code. Okay.